Hello, students. I hope that you're doing well today. We're going to go over day 22, so let's get started. I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to do a sample problem. So this problem says, a fabric store sells fabric by the yard. A dressmaker spent $36.35 on 4 1/4 yards of silk and cotton fabric for a dress. Silk is $16.90 per yard and cotton is $4 per yard. Here's a system of equations that represents the constraints in this situation. So here are my two equations. Question 1 says, what does the solution to the system represent? So in other words, they're asking us to define the x and the y. So I'm going to be doing 2 questions to help you out because I feel like a lot of students struggle with defining variables. So let me read this really quickly. It says, 2 sisters have decided to watch all the episodes of a popular TV show on DVD. Lucy has already watched 5 episodes and will continue to watch the show at a rate of 3 episodes per day. Amy, who hasn't yet seen the show, will start watching 4 episodes per day. They gave me the equations, but what I'm trying to figure out is 2 things. I don't know 2 things in this problem. I'm trying to solve or figure out how many days it will take the sisters to watch the same number of episodes. So X will be the number of days. And once you figure out how many days it takes, then I can figure out how many episodes they watched. So Y will be the number of episodes watched. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Jill bought 1 hot dog and 2 soft drinks for a cost of $4.95. Jack bought 3 hot dogs and 1 soft drink for a cost of $6.85. And they gave me the 2 equations here. So, and they use H and D in this problem. So we're trying to figure out something about the hot dogs and something about the soft drinks. So what don't we know about the hot dogs? We don't know the price. So we're going to write price per hot dog. Because they told me 1 hot dog, they told me how many, 3 hot dogs, but they didn't tell me the price. And then D, what do you think D represents? If you said price per soft drink, you're correct. Because they told me that Jill bought 2 soft drinks and Jack bought 1, but they didn't tell me how much it cost. Okay, so on number 1, just a reminder, that's all you're doing on number 1. You're defining what don't we know about the fabric. Okay, we have 2 types of fabric, so what don't we know about the fabric? Then question 2 says, find the solution to the system of equations. So I'm going back to this one and I'm going to solve it. And this is just a quick reminder, there's 3 ways: graphing, substitution, and elimination. Either one will work for this problem, but each method is better to use whenever we have certain equations. So for graphing, it is really easy to graph whenever you have slope-intercept. 2 equations in slope-intercept form, just like the sample I gave you here. Substitution, you can use whenever you have slope-intercept, you can set them equal to each other and solve for x. Or if there's a mixture, if you have like a y equals or an x equals and then one in standard form. And then elimination, is where you have two equations in standard form. So let's go back. Here I have two equations in standard form, just like this one. So I'm going to use elimination. So let's review how to do that. So I'm going to clear this. So the first thing I like to do is put ones when there's not a number in front of the variable. Okay. So I'm going to look at this number. It's 3. So I'm going to multiply all this equation by 3. And then I look at this number. It's 1. So I'm going to multiply all of this by 1. And I want opposite signs. And since these are both positive, I'm going to multiply one of these numbers by a negative. So I decided to make 3 negatives. And you're going to multiply 3 times by negative 3. So negative 3 times 1h is negative 3h. Negative 3 times 2d is negative 6d. Negative 3 times 4, 95. I'm going to have to use a calculator. So give me 1 second to do that. Negative 3 times 495 is 1485. 1485. Negative 1485. And then I'm going to multiply 1 times 3h, and I get 3h. 1 times 1d, I get 1d. And then 1 times 685, and I get 685. And then we're going to add, we always add, and why this is called elimination, because these will eliminate. And then you add negative 6d and 1d, I get negative 5d. And then negative 14.85 plus 685 is 8, negative 8. So the last step I have to do is divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5. And let me see, let me use my calculator. 8 divided by, well, negative 8 divided by negative 5. I get $1.60. 160. So a drink is $1.60. Now we have to figure out how much for one hot dog. So you could use the first equation, original equation, or the second original equation. I'm going to use the first one, and I'm going to substitute $1.60 for D. So I'm going to rewrite this. And I'm going to substitute this for D. So let me get my eraser. And I'm going to put 160. And then we're going to solve this equation. We're going to multiply 2 times 160. And I'm going to use a calculator, guys, because I get nervous and I don't want to make a mistake. Okay, I get $3.20. So for two drinks, it was $3.20. And then I have to subtract $3.20 from both sides. That cancels, and I'm left with 1H equals $1.75. And I'm going to divide by 1. You don't have to in this problem because it's 1, but A lot of times you do. So I get 175 for one hot dog. So a drink is $1.60 and a hot dog is $1.75. Okay, so let's go back to question 2. That's all you're doing. You're going to have to use elimination and work this out to figure out what X and what Y are equal to. It's going to be actual numbers. Okay, and it's okay if we get decimals. Sometimes students think that because you got a decimal, you got it wrong. But sometimes, like just like in my problem here that I did, I got decimals, okay? I hope this helps. If you have any additional questions, make sure to email your teachers or your math teacher to let them know, okay? I'll see you next time. Bye.